on. Why is it? Here we go.
Welcome everybody to Big Ben and Ty Sports Cave. We got Ben, and then of course we got Wade there. Uh, Tomorrow is a big game for the Rivermen. They play at 10:30 against the Evansville Thunderbolts. They had a pretty good game on Saturday against Knoxville. Uh, Trudell actually stripped the letters away from them for that game. Maybe we'll get to chat about that a little bit. Uh, but yeah, let's talk about Saturday night. I think they looked good. They came out intensity. The new guy Henry got a hat trick.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he continues with that and doesn't. It wasn't like second game jitters, or something like that. So,
Right.
uh, Wade, what did you get out of Saturday?
And yeah, I was pretty stoked Saturday. I think that was one of their more complete games of the season. There's a few hiccups. I'm not saying it was a perfect game by any means. Definitely was still a few hiccups, but for the most part, it was a pretty clean game. You had a great outing by Latinovich, which was much needed. Him getting a shutout victory. Um, then you had Garrett Devine getting a couple of goals. Yeah, he got the goal scoring started with a short-handed goal, which was awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously Henry getting the shutout. That was just like a cherry on top. I was so happy
Right.
for Henry. See him come through in a positive manner like that. But I thought the boys looked pretty sharp in all aspects of that game throughout the game. Yeah, I was happy. It's something that I would like to see roll over and continue with that momentum because these boys are capable, and I think they showed that uh, Saturday night.
I agree 100%. They came out with kind of a fire up their ass, and I think they needed to show that, to let them know that
Mm-hmm.
hey, we can do this. Uh, so yeah, it was kind of a breath of fresh air there.
Right.
For sure.
Uh, and again, like you said earlier, Latinovic with the shutout, it was awesome. It was awesome to see. He needed that, and I'm glad he got it.
Absolutely.
So, so yeah, I mean, we could say all good things about Saturday. I'm gonna kind of switch over to tomorrow's game, 10:30 a.m. education game against Evansville. Now they have struggled against Evansville, and it kind of worries me. 10:30 a.m. Game, it's early, and trying to get in that uh, game time uh, mindset early is hard. I mean, I know I played football, high school football is Friday night, and then I went to college and it into Saturday. And it was just kind of hard for me to kind of make the adjustment. So I know these guys are it's gonna be tough for them, but I mean, if they play like they did Saturday, they'll be fine. Uh, Wade, you got anything to say on that?
Yeah. I do know. Like, I don't have like numbers per se, but I do know for sure that Rivermen tend to have actually a pretty good record when it comes to Education Day games, even on the road when they play other teams' education day games. They've won more than they lost. Let's just say. I think Rivermen play really well in front of bigger crowds. So, and obviously, with it being the education game, we're going to have close to a sellout, which we know how big the Carver is. It's it can seat about 10,000 people, and we have a little over 9,000 people for sure
Right.
booked to go to that game. And there's just something that gives you that little extra umph when you
Right.
got a full house, especially a crowd that big. You got to lean. This is, it's funny to say this now because, technically we're all stripped of the letters. But I was going to say this is where you really lean on your veterans, your leadership group to help you get through games like this. So, I mean, if you want to earn your letter back against the Thunderbolts education game, that's a hell of a game to do it in.
So for people that don't know, like mainly me, maybe someone else, what is an education game? Is it just a game where it's a game early enough so kids can come and watch, or is it just what is an education game? Is what I'm asking.
It's just different schools, mainly 8th grade and under. It's not. I don't think like high school like goes, but like
Okay.
8th grade and under. You usually see it's like it's just like a field trip, a day trip to a pro sports game, something for the
Okay.
kids. It's they don't do like nothing like super special for the kids there. They might, I don't know, play like SpongeBob songs or Baby Shark or something a little more often.
So they make it more G-rated when it
Yeah,
comes to
try to make it a little more kid friendly.
right.
The players really don't care. Like it is funny because you see them get physical and sometimes fight. It's like, man, that to me that would be almost tough. Like getting in a fight at like 10:30 in the morning. Like, man, it's too early for this shit. Like,
Right.
I don't want to drop my gloves at 10:30
Okay.
in the morning.
Okay.
But that they typically do put on a good show for the kids, and it is fun to see and to hear the kids react to the game action. It is a fun experience overall.
Right on. Right on. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Awesome.
Yeah. So now that you explained the education game, what did you think of Trudell stripping the letters? In my personal opinion, I think that he should have done it 2 weeks ago, and I think it finally showed the players, hey, we need to get our shit together and start playing here because no one's safe on this team now. So what do you think of it?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's definitely something to wake them up, jolt, put a little jolt in them to let them know, like, it was basically letting them know, like, I'm over the shit. Like, we need you to show up. If you don't show up, you're one step away from me just finding somebody else. If this ain't a wake up call, I don't know what is. And it goes to show, Trudell's thought process and why he is one of the most winningest coach in this league. He's out there playing chess, man. I mean, and he's just the ideas he comes up with. Is you look around and I don't ever recall at any time, a whole leadership group being stripped of their letters.
Right.
That's strictly a Gee thing and something he would do, and I think it's working brilliant. I mean, it looked like I seen a little more even out of Bear. You seen Divine step up, and like I said, I love Divine. I love what he's been doing. I mean, he's improved so much since his first season with us, and I really love what he does for us. Like, I mean, even Griffin Fox. I know he ain't a part of the leadership group really, but I mean, what we're getting out of Griffin Fox and Garrett Devine is much needed, and they needed to step up with who we lost. So, like I said, this is just another way to get something extra out of his team and his leadership group because it doesn't just send a message to the leadership group. I do think it sends a message to the whole team where it's like, look, if my veteran leaders ain't safe, you sure as shit ain't safe either.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So
Yeah, that's one thing I thought was kind of wild that they did that. It's like when I heard about that, I'm like, whoa. I'm
yeah,
like, dang. He's
I
really
mean,
wanting to say, like we said earlier, he's really wanting to, send a message to the team saying, hey, you guys need to step up or ship out,
yeah, it
and
does send a strong message across the board that you know, I don't care if you're Alec Bear. I don't care if you're a guy that just joined the team. You're all going to be treated the same way, and you're all going to be held accountable. And I think that's
yeah,
exactly
see that's another thing too. Is I thought was kind of wild is Guy has his kid on the team, and like we said earlier in previous podcasts, that he treats him the same way he treats all the other players.
exactly.
If
I mean,
if, if
nobody
Tristan
here
if Tristan f's up, then he's gonna get it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what that shows. Like I said, he don't care. He don't care if you're I mean, Bear's been here for a while. We don't care
Right, right.
your C strip. And then, like I said, if you're new to the team, like I said, you're definitely going to be held accountable. So, I mean, that to me, that's what this message is all about: is accountability and responsibility. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
who you are, how long you've been here, what your stats are. You're going to be held accountable regardless of your
So,
stats.
so at the end of the day, when he decides to give people back their letters, do you think, especially if this new guy that got the hat trick, if he keeps doing stuff like that, you think he would be able to get a letter, or does he need to be in the system a little bit more to get the letter?
Me personally, I wouldn't give him a letter.
Okay.
Not because he's not good or anything like that. I mean, he's 2 games deep, and
Right, right.
he does show a lot of potential and promise and potential and skill and
Mm-hmm.
all that. But to me, you don't get the letter just based on skill. You got to show those leadership qualities.
Leadership, yeah.
Yeah, and being there only 2 games. Like I know he's going to be there more, obviously, but
Right, right.
I would refrain from giving him a letter. Now, I will say this: could he assign different alternate captains or possibly a different captain? I would not put that past Gee. That would not surprise me if he did something like that
Right,
whatsoever.
right.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I think I can see him giving up the A's to other people. Um, going back to Henry, I don't see him getting a letter because I mean he is new,
New guy, yeah.
um, and I think this is what his first year in the SPHL.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So I just don't see him giving a letter to a rookie.
Not yet anyway, so
Yeah, but I mean, who knows? We didn't think Trudell would ever strip the letters, and he did. So
right.
I think, like I said, it could have went one or two ways, and I think the reaction from the team, it went the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know some players probably would have been like, I lost my A. Well, why should I play hard? He
To get it back.
He's like, because I know there's some players out there, and Wade, you probably can contest to that. Like, oh, he took my A. Why should I try now? Or like Bear, he took my C. So why should I try? So I think it did work in a positive way, which is a good thing.
I think so too. Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, you got tomorrow's game, and then they go on the road on Saturday, and they have to face the Evansville team as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
this week is going to be a battle for them, and I think if they do what they did Saturday, I think they'll be fine. I mean, it won't. I just don't want them to get blown out. That's the thing. You know,
Right.
if they play like they did Saturday, I think they'll just do fine. Uh, I mean, because we said this in the past shows. Evansville is very good at blocking shots. You just got
Mhm.
to find the lane, find the right lanes, and you got to shoot. I mean, that's all there is to it.
And
They're
find
very
those,
good at blocking.
yeah, and find those holes in the goalie too. So
Yeah, so I mean, you got to just attack Evansville like you attacked Knoxville on Saturday, and I
mhm.
think you'll be fine. Because I mean, when's the last time in the last probably 5, 6 seasons, when's the last time we actually said we were in 6th place?
Yeah.
Right.
Especially this late in the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's put up or shut up time, I think. So, I mean, of course, we got we got a lot of season left. Don't get me wrong, but it was kind of concerning that we were in 6th place this time of the year. Still can't connect on passes, but
Right.
Saturday it looked like some of the passes were cleaned up, but they still had some passes that weren't very crisp,
Mhm.
and so I think they just need to, like I said, play like they did Saturday. I mean, that's all I really need to say about this.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm going to bring this up. I see Cable was signed by Birmingham. So he is in with the Bulls, and we actually see the Bulls, I think, twice this year. So it'll be interesting to see if he's still with the team and how he's doing down there. Uh, Again, Trezera was signed by Huntsville. I believe it's Huntsville.
Yep.
So that'll be an interesting story to follow. Uh, and of course, we got, you know, it's still pretty well known that I believe we will see Piotrowski here in the next month or two. Um, I believe we will, because that's what they did last year. They had his jersey for auction, and then he showed up in January, I think.
Yeah.
So I think we will be getting him back, and then of course, you got your rumors,
Yeah.
but I think we'll be fine. I think if the rumors are true, like I said, I'm not going to go into the rumors, but if the rumors are true, we will be just fine. I believe we will.
Yeah. And also, side note, I found interesting uh, the McNamara, he got picked up by Macon, but he did not show up. He was actually placed on team suspension for not reporting to Macon. So I found that to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he went down to the feds.
That's what I'm thinking is he would rather do that than play for Macon. So
Yeah, because I mean, you go down to the feds, make your money, and then come back up if you need to. So
yeah, yeah, that's my thought process too.
uh, so I guess I don't really have much more to talk about. Of course, this was just I didn't know if I was going to be thrown on this or not. I didn't think we would be home. I figured we'd be in the hospital already. But Wade, you got anything that you really want to talk about?
Well, I just want to reiterate how important these upcoming games are. I mean, we got two with Evansville, one being a 10:30 education game, and then you got one on the road. So these ain't easy games, and they're against a tough team. Evansville is one of those teams that play us physically. As probably
Mm-hmm.
as well as anybody else. Or better than anybody else, I should say. Um, you're gonna have to have your ball screwed on tight when you're playing them because they're that team that finishes their checks, not afraid to get physical and try to rattle the Rivermen. Um, so, like I said, it's going to be a tough 2 games, and then right after that, coming up after Christmas, it is at home, but we got 3 with Fayetteville. So, I mean, we got some important games coming up that we're going to have to be ready for and win for. I think that's part of the reason he stripped these letters because he knows we got big games coming up, and he's, like I said, trying to send a message, and I think that message is being received by the boys in there, and we're gonna have to win some of these games here if we want to keep up with the top teams and create a little space with the bottom teams. Some very important hockey's coming up.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100% agree on that. Yeah, I did see that we played Fayetteville Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the weekend after Christmas. That's going to be, like you said, another tough. I think it's going to be a tough series. We need to be sharp for that one. And then I think after that, we play Quad Cities on the 31st. But, we can't overlook Quad Cities, like I tried to tell people, let's not overlook the normal wins that we used to be able to do because not this year anyway. We just can't. Hey, Mike. So sorry, guys. This is going to be a little short for me anyway. You guys can continue talking. But my final thought here real quick before I get off here and figure out what we're going to be doing here. Let's go Rivermen.
Of course.
I will not be at the game tomorrow. I will be, of course, hopefully having my son. But I will be watching. I was joking around with my wife. I'm like, well, if you're not too far along, I can't just go down to the Civic Center. I mean, it's literally right there. But
just like 4 blocks away, 5.
Yeah. But I will be watching. I even told her, I said, well, while you're in labor, do you want me to have the game on? And then we both could be watching while you're having the kid, And she's like, sure.
Did she really?
Yeah. So,
Nice.
So guys, again, I will see you guys maybe Saturday. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, guys, have a good night, and I will hopefully see you Saturday. If not, I will be there next week. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. And all right, guys, we'll see you later.
Take it easy, Ty.
All right, take it easy, Ty. So